So hey, hello Onigiri. Speaking again to you after
Hello.
3 months. So let's go back to 3 months. Starting with that. So obviously you're gonna be you were unhappy with how Charlotte Major turned out because you guys qualified for it. You didn't get the visas. Can you talk us through basically what you guys felt back then when it became clear you couldn't qualify?
Um, to be honest, sorry, after, before an official announcement about our visa situation, we already know that, we know that 1 week before the official announced that we couldn't make it, and I mean, we weren't complaining because it is what it is. Even we complain, we cannot change the visa situation. We just move on, prepare ourselves for stage 2, and everyone tried their best. Justin, Elevate CEO, and my manager by phone. Yeah, they tried their best. So first of all, we're supposed to wait for 3 months for the visa, yeah, to go through, but somehow they make it like 3 days before 1 week before the flying day.
This time around, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay. So so this time, yesterday, Justin and you guys obviously revealed that yes, you guys are going for sure. So congratulations. We didn't want to count your chickens before they hatch because it's happened to you quite a bit, it seems. So you're definitely going. You qualified. You got your visas yesterday. Was there any fear this time around that you guys might not make it? Just in the back of your heads, oh, we technically qualified, but were you scared that it won't happen again?
Uh, no, because we prepare ourselves uh, before the stage start. Everyone prepare the information, the everything that need for the visa application, and we send our visa application before during the stage, and we can secure the visa on time.
Very cool. So you guys are yeah, we're not gonna make the same mistake. The moment Berlin was announced, you're like, okay, Germany visa, let's go,
Yeah,
instantly.
we prepare everything, and the play day 6. Yeah, play day 6 after we won chief, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after we won chief. Uh, After that night, we go to the visa center and apply for the visa.
Fantastic. Well, at least good thing that these guys are a lot faster than the US. The US is
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't great for you guys or for the Brazilian teams, of course, except for Liquid. Um, but let's focus now on your situation. Outside the visa, let's focus on the stage itself. This stage obviously was a lot harder than stage 1, and there was a lot of external pressure. It seems for a lot of teams, you had to be top 2 after 7 best of 1 games. No playoffs, no top 4, top 2 straight going to the major. Now, of course, you guys are very well experienced being the best in APAC. You've been top since for years, right? So did that add any pressure? Surely there was some extra pressure for you guys. Every game counts for a lot more this time around.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure for sure, and but we know that we are top performance team in APAC, and everyone gonna focus on our team, how to take us down, how to counter our stress, and we prepare ourselves for new stress, and we know this kind of play style from each team, and we have our analyze to analyze every team every play day, crack the enemy plan down, and yeah, and we have confidence in our skill play, and we just chill out when it's come to
Yeah.
the game day, no pressure at all, and take it easy.
Yeah, fantastic. And you guys did it essentially with new players on your roster. Obviously they're not new, but they're new to this season. So you spent one stage with them, and then you qualified, but you couldn't quite go. Um, how much of a benefit do you think? I know it's not really obviously a good thing that you missed Charlotte, but we've seen every other APAC team who went to Charlotte, they are not going to Berlin. You're the only ones who qualified twice, and a lot of people we saw after SI, we see after Charlotte, Dark Zero are not going to Berlin. They won Charlotte. Do you think this fatigue situation that it seems like all the other teams are experiencing. By not going to Charlotte, do you guys think you avoided it? You guys got to chill at home and just like kind of rebuild your mental, as you said, and like focus on other teams and on your own strats. Well, you can't do that when you're like competing in Charlotte, for example.
I think it depends on the each team. Even uh, after we qualified for Charlotte and we didn't know our visa result yet, our analysts work very hard and they analyze every team in our group. But yeah, and after that, even we didn't qualify, we just move on and focus on our new operator, new meta. Yeah, and that's it. And I don't know. I mean, if the team that went to Charlotte didn't make it to Berlin, I think it's the same reason that every team that went to major is a target for a team that didn't make it. Because they are a team that make it and they're gonna perform very well and they're gonna bring that momentum for major. And I think every team prepare for that and like you said, they don't have enough time after the major to come back and prepare a new strat for the new stage.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think you're right, because this stage especially was a little bit special because you got Azami and Sense coming into the meta, so obviously you guys got to sit home and think about how you're going to incorporate while the teams at Charlotte were, like, focused on the old meta on Charlotte. Okay, so speaking of the meta, it's been a while since you guys went to SI. It's been 6 months. So locally, internationally, the meta has changed. What are the main changes you think you have identified since then, specifically for like the other regions? Because you're going to be facing one team from each region in your group.
Again, please.
Basically, I was asking, what are the main changes that you've identified in the meta from SI? Because that's the last time you played internationally. So now you're going to Berlin 6 months later. How do you think the NA, Brazil, and EU metas have changed? Because you're going to have to face one of each team.
From my perspective, I feel like the meta from the other region didn't change that much compared to APAC. I watched some game on EU, NA, and on the attack side, most of the team rely on Finka on as a main operator that they pick on attacker. But I don't see a lot of Asami on defenders on the other region. If you compare to APAC, every team pick Asami and they create a new like unexpected angle and you get one shot by that.
Yeah, fair enough. So you guys think that what the experience you gain in SI, you think you can translate pretty well into Berlin?
We translate pretty well, I guess, because but I want to say that everyone expect us to perform very well on major, but I have to say that I'm a bit aware because this two new player doesn't have much LAN experience and they might like too excited. So yeah, but we try our best at the major and we bring new strats to play in major for sure.
I mean, you guys did pretty well at SI with new players, except all of you guys are new. So I think there's a reason we have that expectation. But I talked about, I guess, the small benefits that came from missing Charlotte. You went back straight, number one in Southeast Asia this time. What are the other impacts that you think that you guys have felt from missing out on Charlotte, on the international experience that like Direwolves got, Chiefs got, and CAG got?
From Charlotte, I don't know. Like we felt nothing because we didn't make it. But
yeah, you don't know what you lost, I guess.
Yeah, but I think the Charlotte major, the meta hasn't changed too much. I mean, like the team that went to Charlotte have the same strats and same play style. As you can see, like Direwolf and Chief got counter like strat counter very hard. In this stage. So I think this major is gonna be exciting because it's a new meta with Sense, and I think some EU team with their strats gonna bring Sense insane in the major for sure.
Yeah, like I've noticed EU has been, I think, probably has been using Sense the most, so that's going to be interesting to see how that works out. So at SI, you and Damwon were both top 12, right? You guys got eliminated in the lower bracket at the same round. You guys made it out of groups then. Is it fair to expect you guys to make it out of the groups once more? But like at this point, of course, NA is looking like the best region in the world. Brazil looks like they're right behind. You're gonna have one NA team in your group, one Brazil team in your group, and then one EU. Is it fair to still expect you guys to make it out of the group?
Yeah, it's fair for sure because you have your own right to expect us to perform well because our fans. Yeah, and like I said, we try our best to make it out of group and we try our best to win the major.
All right, winning the major, so that's the goal then.
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
everyone goes in our team.
Fantastic. All right. So now, speaking of goals, Direwolves and Chiefs, when they went to the Charlotte Major, for example, they said that their goal was actually to just gain experience. And I'm sure, I think when I talk to Game and Gladiators, I think I'm talking to them tomorrow. They're gonna be saying the same thing. It's our first event internationally. Our goal is to gain experience. And it's exciting, of course, to see all these new teams getting the chance at international experience. But do you think, like with this new system of point distribution for SI points, there's a chance with all these newer teams coming in, or like stage one, you guys are like quote unquote the only team that's continuing on, but even then, not really, right? You guys didn't actually play at Charlotte. Gamma and Sandbox, for example, if they miss in stage 3, for example, if you miss stage 3 major, could we see like just one team or like two teams in APAC at SI? Like, do you think that's a realistic fear to have?
Maybe that's a tricky question, but
it's hard to say, right? But like, because like that's what we've been talking about. Like the SI points were redistributed. It's only top 2. It's so easy to miss out now. You just have a couple of bad play days and then bam, you're out of the major, and that's like a lot of SI points gone. Is it realistic to think that APAC will be only having like 2 teams or maybe even 1 team at SI 2023?
Yeah, maybe for sure. Like, I mean, it sucks. Like, no offense to like everyone in APAC, but it sucks to be APAC. Like everyone competing on the 100 ping, and if you complain too much, we got sued by Ubisoft. Yeah, so I don't know what to say, but yeah, I hope everyone best of luck in APAC, and I hope that we will get improvement soon, like Ubisoft announcement.
So how is preparation for Berlin looking like for you guys? Now, I don't like you guys talked about at SI how you guys did that, $1 or like $1 fine for every time you guys threw a man count advantage. Seems like that thing has been eliminated. So like anything particular you guys are adjusting for this major? Any particular weaknesses, maybe something new that you are learning from other regions? Any specific play styles that you want to counter strat? What's going on with your team in preparation right now?
Right now I feel like our team is we are prepare ourselves for some kind of rush, as you can see, like today, like even we know that they gonna rush for sure, but we cannot prepare it fast enough. Like the round that we rush the bunk and tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
I told them that if they see me on Mossy and I went roaming, they're gonna rush the bunk for sure. But yeah, that's kind of style that we need to fix, and maybe some new strats for the Berlin too, because it sucks and it feel bad when you know that they're gonna rush, but you cannot counter the rush.
Yeah. I mean, like you basically you have the brain for it. Like it's happening, but like, how do you actually stop it? It feels like my ranked games, Like, I know these guys are gonna be doing this, but
they're gonna rush for sure. But
I don't know how you're gonna stop them. Yeah, okay. So I guess that's the main weakness that you're trying to fix. Like when you see someone setting up for a rush, for example, how do you stop that? Okay, so that's like the main big thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, any counter strats maybe that you're looking at? Like, like NA likes to, I don't know, play a lot of certain operator. Maybe you're trying to fight that.
Maybe
you're not gonna say that.
And other way at the major.
Yeah, I mean, you guys don't play. You guys are fairly comfortable with banning Finca, aren't you?
Yeah, and because like I said, the last interview that I had interviewed with you in 3 months ago, like we have confidence in our gun skill, and if we ban Finca, we can like win a gunfight without enemy team having extra 60 HP each
Yeah.
30 seconds. Yeah, and yeah, we are confident. And if we ban Finca and some defender that can counter that strat, I think we are good to go for the Berlin.
Fantastic. Now, I'm not going to be going to Berlin this time. And in Charlotte, you promised me an XS shirt, so I'm still waiting. Onigiri.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
I tell you what you do. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to qualify for the November major. It's going to be in APAC. I'm going to be there at the APAC major, so you're going to give me in November. I expect that 3 months later.
I want to promise you so bad, but I don't want to.
Well, yeah, I'll be waiting. So 3 months later, I'm gonna set the interview date. Set in October. I'm gonna be talking to you, and yeah, hopefully
I'm looking
see
forward
you.
to it.
Hopefully you win Berlin or something, and it'll be even better.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. Cool stuff, man. Thank you very much for talking to me, and celebrate well, and hope you guys do really well in Berlin.
Thank you, Incheon. Have a good one. Bye bye.
See ya.